See, and alright, hello and welcome everyone to this tutorial on behavior animations. And this is something that I've seen quite a few people struggle with, along with myself, for a very long time. And hopefully this should make it a little bit easier to know what to do when it comes to using the animations. Using the animations for your own character player, I'm not so certain about, but we'll get to that bridge when we come to it. But this one is mainly for characters that are NPCs if you want them to play an animation themselves. So, oh crud, I don't think I saved. So new game. I'm just gonna run over there. And as you can see, we've got some of the characters animated. Now, like this maid and this little girl here, they only have 3 frames of animation, but the guy right here flipping pages on a book, and this spinny lady here, they have 4 animations. And then there's this lady up here smoking a drag. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to get these little guys to move. Now, the first one, the 3 animation one, is the easiest to use. Because this little girl here, and most of the other sprites, like all of these ones up here, they all have 3 frames of animation going in one direction or another. So you only have to worry about it having a stepping animation and a direction fix, which you can just tick both of those right there, which means that you don't have to do anything to make them move. They just keep going on their own. However, to do the ones with 4 frames of animation, you either use Galv's script for, I think, more move routes, or you use multiple pages for events and have it set to parallel process. And the wonderful thing about parallel process is that you can have as many of them as you want, but be careful to make sure you have an auto run event set to turn off, otherwise your game will freeze up. So if you don't have an auto run event that comes up and you don't tell it to turn off, yeah, it's going to make all the parallel processes stop because the auto run itself takes precedence. That rambling aside, you can either use switches like the bookman here, or variables like this lady. First, I'm going to show you the switches. Now, I've already got his animation right here selected, and I've set him to direction fix. And oh wait, dang it. And for him, I have made 3 switches just for him, because the first frame of animation, that's already what he's doing, so we don't need it. So I've told it to wait 180 frames because he's flipping pages in a book, so that he has a little time to read. Told him to wait about, well, it's not even 2 minutes, but 2 seconds worth. I'm not sure how long, just 180 frames, I guess. Just wait 180. Just say it like that, because I'm not sure. And then we would turn the control switch frame 1 on. Sorry, I'm getting a little too rambling already. So, having that turned on, it would go on to page 2, which we would have switch is on. So frame 1 is on, so it would go to this page. Wait 5 seconds, we would turn frame 1 off, and then turn frame 2 on, which would bring us to the 3rd page here, the 3rd frame of animation. And we'd have that turned on, so then we would turn it off, and then turn 3 on, which would lead to page 4, our last frame of animation. And there he's already flipped the page. I've got the sound effect to play, and then turn the last one off. And this would let it start over again. and each page has to be set to parallel process, otherwise you're going to have to click on the character to make them perform that frame of animation. And that's how he works. If you had trouble with that, rewatch it and maybe pause during the certain frames to sort of help with that. If I did not explain that correctly, I apologize. Just gonna have these frames up here just to show you, and so hopefully you can pause and look at them over again. If that'll help, I do apologize. I need to really start writing scripts for these things. Okay. Second way to do this is with variables. And this actually takes up fewer spaces than it would with the switches because you only need one variable. Now I have it set to she waits 5 frames for the variable. And edit. Just get a look at it, single one. So we've only got the one variable, which saves a lot of space. And you want it to be constant. And then for page 2, we have a variable set on, so it's set to 1. So it's 1 or above, it would go into this one, into this frame of animation. And after we wait 5 frames, we tell it that the new constant is 2. So for page 3, if it's 2 or above, it goes into this one, which is graphic, the next graphic, the third one, the third frame of animation. And after we tell it to wait 5 frames, we change the constant again to 3, which will lead to the last frame of animation. And after we tell it to wait once more, we reset it to 0 so that the animation starts all over again. And that's how the 4 frames, the columns, work if you're using just an NPC to animate. And that is basically how that works. And of course, for these guys, you can just tell them, they can just go shine, shine, let's make everything shine. Because they really they're here, and they don't really have anything as far as events telling them what to do, aside from that very bottom box. I forgot what it's called. I'm so professional! She's enjoying her drag. But yeah, these guys, they don't really talk, but you could set up a separate event to talk to them if you needed to, or wanted to. And that's it for this tutorial. I'm sorry it's carried on a bit longer than I meant to, and I hope I was clear enough for everyone to understand how to use them to animate these behaviors. And hopefully it'll help other people. So I'll see you all next time. TTFN. Oh, sorry. Okay, bye now.